I'm not wearing stockings, I stated firmly. Honey, let's not argue about this, Lisa replied calmly. I don't want to argue, Lou. I'm just not wearing stockings. But, Robbie, remember what we both agreed, she countered. Maybe so, but I'm not wearing stockings, I insisted. Well, there's the front door, she said, pointing. It's either the door or the stockings. Make your mind up. I chose the stockings. And suspenders. Maybe Lisa was bluffing, but I couldn't risk it. You see, 6 months ago Lisa found out about Carol and me. It was just a fling, short-lived and meaningless. God knows why I let myself get into that mess, and I still don't know how Lisa found out. But that's irrelevant now. Lisa told me that if I wanted to save our marriage, I had to do exactly as she said. What choice did I have? If we split up, she'd get half of everything: house, car, bank account, future earnings. I couldn't afford a divorce, and she'd keep more than her fair share. All because of Carol. Back to the stockings. This wasn't the first time I'd given in. The first time, Lisa insisted I wear panties, women's panties, in various colors and styles. For 6 months now, I'd been wearing them all the time, even to work. She threw out all my men's underwear. The second time, she said I had to wear a bra, women's bras, different styles. I wore one all the time now. So on this particular day, in addition to the stockings and suspender belt, I had on a black bra and matching satin panties, hidden under my t-shirt and jeans, thankfully. The t-shirt was navy blue, so you couldn't see the bra through it unless you looked closely at my shoulders. I had grown accustomed to the bra, but now I had to adjust to the tug of the suspender belt. No one at work had any idea about my underwear. While the usual office attire was a smart shirt and trousers, I always made sure my shirts were long enough to conceal my bra completely. It might have ended with just the panties, bra, suspenders, and stockings if it weren't for Jane. Jane, a new colleague who sat at the desk next to mine, quickly started flirting with me. Little did she know, I was secretly wearing a bra, panties, stockings, and suspenders. I flirted back. My confidence had been shattered by Lisa discovering Carol and her unusual demands. It felt good to be flattered. Jane and I went to lunch together a few times. Honestly, it was nothing more than that. Then someone told Lisa. She was waiting for me one evening when I returned from work. She called me every name in the book and then told me she'd bought me some new trousers. She said they were upstairs on the bed and I should go and put them on. Upstairs, on the bed, were a pair of black trousers, slacks, they're sometimes called. Women's slacks, with a side zip. Reluctantly, I took off my work trousers and put on the slacks, pulling them up over my stockings. I zipped them up, put my shoes back on, and went downstairs to show Lisa. They look great, she said. I wasn't sure how to take this compliment. You'll be wearing trousers like that from now on. What? I asked, incredulous. Even to work? Yes, Robbie, even to work, she said firmly. But. I stammered. No buts, Robbie. You look fine. But you're making me more feminine, I protested. No. I'm just adjusting things so you won't be unfaithful to me again. I thought the panties, bra, and stockings would be enough. But apparently, we need to move to phase 2. Lisa bought me more slacks and some women's jeans. I wore the slacks to work. No one said anything. Maybe they didn't notice. But since the slacks lacked pockets, I had to carry my things in a men's shoulder bag that Lisa had bought for me. It wasn't much different from a woman's handbag. I let out a sigh of relief. Phase 2 seemed to be over, or so I thought. I couldn't have been more wrong. My hair had grown quite long. Lisa forbade me from cutting it. It reached down to my ears, almost to my earlobes, looking quite untidy. I was actually glad when Lisa finally said it needed a trim. I've booked you an appointment at Stella's, she informed me. Stella was Lisa's hairdresser. I knew this wasn't good news. Then she added, I think blonde highlights would really suit you. I didn't dare object. The choice was clear, get the highlights or face financial ruin for life. So the following Monday, I went to work wearing women's slacks over panties, stockings, and suspenders. Under my shirt, I wore a lacy white bra, and my hair had been styled and highlighted. Only Jane seemed to notice. I love the new look, she commented. I was tempted to blame her, but I kept my thoughts to myself. Yet, this wasn't the end of phase 2. Far from it. Wearing a bra, suspenders, and stockings had become normal to me. It felt odd on the rare occasions when I didn't have them on. But those moments were fleeting. The only time I went without them was when I prepared for bed, slipping into my nightie. I haven't mentioned the nightie, have I? That was the next step, and once again, I gave in. From then on, I slept in diaphanous or satin nightwear. No one else could see me, so what did it matter? Right? Of course, it didn't matter. I was just as much a man when I wasn't dressed in women's clothes. It seemed like nearly every other day, Lisa had a new suggestion for my adjustment. Within a month, I was wearing clear nail polish with longer, neatly manicured nails. I started wearing a hint of perfume and a light touch of mascara. Then, I experimented with a bit more makeup, a subtle, natural look. I wore flat women's shoes all the time, similar to men's shoes, but distinctly feminine. A delicate bracelet adorned my right wrist, unmistakably not a man's. Lisa bought me a women's watch and insisted I wear it. I switched to plain stockings instead of black ones, but I had to shave my legs first. Soon, my entire body was hairless as I maintained a routine of shaving all over. Lisa even got me some women's blouses, plain ones in cream, white, or pale blue. They could almost pass for men's shirts, but I realized I was no longer wearing anything masculine. Staring into the mirror, I saw a flat-chested, androgynous figure. Had my repositioning reached its completion? Lisa began calling me Bobby. Even Jane started using Bobby at work, and soon, all my colleagues followed suit. Lisa went further, referring to me as a female, saying things like, good girl, to praise me. During our next visit to Stella's salon, as I sat in the chair with the cape draped over me, Lisa instructed, just to trim and touch up her highlights, please, Stella. Can you also pluck her eyebrows? I was now being referred to as she. Once again, my input was disregarded, and the process of my repositioning continued. Next, I had my ears pierced, and from then on, I adorned big hoop earrings. Lisa gifted me a cute necklace for my birthday, which I wore regularly thereafter. My hair had grown to shoulder length. The reflection in the mirror still appeared androgynous and flat-chested, but undeniably more feminine than masculine. There it was, I was beginning to think of myself as a she. One evening after work, Lisa presented me with another gift. She handed me a box containing 2 silicone forms, each likely a size C or D. I gasped. I don't expect you to wear them now, but I think you'll want to wear them sometime soon, she said. Internally, I chuckled. There was no way I'd ever want to wear those silicone forms. The following weekend, we went to the shopping mall together. We browsed through several clothing stores until Lisa asked me, do you think you're ready for skirts yet? Skirts? No. I'm a guy, not a girl, I objected. Honey, look at yourself. You're wearing makeup, perfume, jewelry, nail polish, a bra, panties, suspenders, stockings, court shoes, a blouse, and slacks. You're carrying a handbag, your ears are pierced, and you're wearing a woman's watch. Are you a guy or a girl? A tear rolled down my cheek. Deep down, I knew it. I could no longer pretend to be Robbie. I was Bobby. Listen, Bobby, my wife said gently. I think you'd look great in a skirt. And even heels, but not for work, just around the house, to complete your repositioning. But I understand if you're not quite ready yet. I breathed a sigh of relief. Here's what I suggest, we'll buy a few skirts for you today. I know your size. You don't have to try them on. I'll put them away in your wardrobe until you feel comfortable wearing them. Sound fair? I nodded silently. And we'll pick out a couple pairs of shoes. Okay? Again, I nodded. The shoes didn't bother me, it was the skirts I resisted. I was thankful Lisa wasn't forcing me into them right away. I watched as Lisa gathered skirts in my size, a knee-length black one, another calf-length, and a couple of short minis. She also selected a few tops and even a pink cotton summer dress. I didn't dare think about the cost, but Lisa had a well-paying job. Next, we headed to a shoe store where I tried on a pair of white strappy sandals with a 3-inch heel and a pair of black patent leather pumps with a 4-inch spike. Both pairs fit well, but I struggled to stand, let alone walk, in either. We'll take both pairs, Lisa informed the assistant. All the new clothes hung in my wardrobe, while the shoes were hidden away on the floor. I assured myself I'd never wear a skirt or stilettos. Afterward, Lisa rarely pressured me about my repositioning. From time to time, she would suggest I wear bright red lipstick or maybe paint my nails pink. Once or twice, she let me borrow a pair of her dangly earrings. Stella maintained my hair at shoulder length. But that was the extent of it. I remained Bobby, the flat-chested androgynous figure. Lisa even bought me some tights, claiming they were more practical than suspenders, and I suppose she was right. I continued working in the same office. No one treated me differently, aside from calling me Bobby. Once, Jane invited me to join the girls for a hen night, and I tried to soften my voice to fit in. Life was good. Surprisingly, our intimate life was better than ever. Lisa seemed to enjoy having her husband sleep in a satin nightie, and often we wore matching outfits to bed. One hot summer Saturday, Lisa had to rush to work for an emergency meeting. The house was stifling, and I felt uncomfortable in my shoes, slacks, top, tights, and bra. Air conditioning is rare in England, and we didn't have any. The heat was melting my makeup. As I made myself a cool drink in the kitchen, I remembered the pale pink summer dress Lisa had bought for me and kept in my wardrobe. Would it be more comfortable on a day like today? I wondered. Maybe I could try it on. Lisa would never have to know. Upstairs, I stripped down to my bra and panties. I fetched the summer dress from the wardrobe and spotted the white sandals. 5 minutes later, I admired myself in the mirror, wearing the dress and heels. They felt so much cooler than trousers. I tied my hair in 2 bunches to keep it off my shoulders, securing each with a pink ribbon in a bow. I decided to keep the dress and sandals on and leave my hair in bunches. When Lisa returned from work, she showered me with compliments on my new look. "You look beautiful," she said, urging me to keep the dress on all day. I needed no convincing. I had already decided the dress was perfect for such a hot day. Of course, now that I had willingly worn a dress, the last barrier was broken. Lisa suggested I start wearing skirts around the house instead of slacks. She praised my legs, and I happily complied. As the heat persisted, I had 3 favorite skirts that I wore around the house: a mid-thigh blue denim miniskirt, a tight black mini with a slit at the back, and a pink pleated mini that was the shortest of them all. Lisa taught me how to sit without creasing the skirt, how to sit so my panties wouldn't show, how to walk in high heels, and how to sway my hips as I walked. One day, as I looked in the mirror, I decided something else was needed to complete my look: the silicone forms. I found them in a drawer and slipped them into my bra cups. I had been wearing a bra for nearly a year for no real reason. I pulled down my top and admired my reflection in the mirror. Now I was completely feminine, and a pretty one at that. Lisa loved my new chest and wanted to stroke it, declaring my repositioning almost complete. She suggested it was time to leave my job. Stella was seeking a trainee interested in learning about hairdressing. The pay wouldn't be much for 2 years, but after that, it would be very good. It seemed like a promising career move for Bobby. She inquired if I'd be interested. Yes, I responded. That's great, because I've already informed Stella that you're interested in the job, and you'll start at 9 o'clock on Monday morning, she said with a smile. Oh, and by the way, you'll be expected to wear a short skirt and high heels. Is that okay? Suddenly, I felt anxious. I had never been out in a skirt before. Don't worry. You'll be fine. You've got great legs, she reassured me. I smiled. Thanks. Monday morning it is then. So now I work at the hairdresser's. I'm almost qualified as a fully fledged stylist. Working here is fantastic because I can get my hair done, have a facial, or get a manicure whenever I like. Currently, my hair is red with blonde streaks. It looks really cool. And what am I wearing? A really short skirt, of course. It's a good thing I won't have much time to sit down today. It's so short that my panties would show. I also have a brand new pair of stiletto-heeled boots on. And how are things with Lisa? Great. She loves how pretty I look. Sometimes she even borrows one of my short skirts, but only around the house, of course. She looks so sexy in them. She knows I wouldn't get involved with any other women. What chance do I have dressed like this? Lisa says my repositioning isn't quite complete yet. She insists it won't be until she and I go on a double date with Chad and Henry, 2 guys from her office. Apparently, Chad is always flirting with her and asking if she has a friend for Henry. She describes him as a hunk, but the shy, silent type. Will it happen? I don't know. Never say never, but I'm not ready for that sort of thing just yet. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a client to attend to.